Hello and welcome. I am Dr. Anil Joshi. Welcome you to my series Iconology and Temple Architecture Perspectives. Today's topic is regarding Hoyasala Empire, Hoyasala temples, and what Hoyasala has created so that it has become a UNESCO nomination today. It is the World Heritage Site. Why? How and who has made it. We're going to see it all in detail, going into the each temple by taking into consideration what are the aspects which we are looking for in it. Then we'll make different videos on different topics. Like on sculpture there will be a different video, on interiors there will be different videos, and surrounding temple there will be different videos. It is not possible to cover all these things in a single video. That's why we have divided into the multiple videos. Today's topic is about overview of the Hoyasala Empire architecture, temple architecture, as well as their sculptures and their iconographic understandings of the deities. Then what they are carved on the temple, why particular that carving has come, is something all we are going to see today in this, but not a particular temple at all, because there are different videos for that. Now, 3 Hoyasala temples were accorded UNESCO, that is the World Heritage Site, in the year 2023. So we have seen these temples after they were nominated for the UNESCO World Heritage Sites. The other examples of Hoyasalas are the craftsmanship of the temple and the iconology which they have developed. Now, we can see all these things at Ballavadi, then Amrutapura, then Hosahallu, then Mosale, Arsikeri, and Baserulu, Kikikeri, and Nagehalli. These all are the sites where you can see different temples developed in a different architecture. Though they have got a similar basic, they have developed it in such a way that you will find each and every temple is unique in some or the other aspect. The study of Hoyasala architecture style has revealed a negligible outside influence, so we can proudly say it is indigenous Indian art. It is the development of Nagara as well as Dravidian style. We do agree into that, but both the styles are basically Indian, and we do not find any influence outside the world on that. The impact of the South Indian style is more distinct, that is the Dravidian style. From where it has come is either from Chalukyas or from Cholas. So Hoysala were lucky to get the culture, the architectural details from both these empires, and they have taken it to the peak. That's wonderful. Now, Hoyasala architecture has made more influence of the Dravidian style, that is agreed, but there is some influence of their own. They have developed their own style. We are going to see these steps. What were the original Hoyasala styles which they have developed? The Dravidian architecture in Deccan is influenced Tamil architecture also, that is Chola architectures. Now, one of the distinctive features of Hoyasala architecture is the star-shaped ground plan. This is we are seeing for the first time in this temple, and this plan is on a raised jagati, that is a raised platform. We find a stele-shaped platform. That's a wonderful and their own discovery. The star-shaped temples have multiple shrines placed symmetrically, creating a unique and intricately complicated and complicatedly designed layout and architecture. In the star you have to fit 2 shrines, 3 shrines, Trikuta, Dvikuta, or otherwise. Now, how excellently they have done it, that we are going to see when we will visit each and individual temple. The Hoyasala primarily used soapstone. Why soapstone? That is the chloritic schist, because it's a soft, and the glory of it is it can be easily carved, and once the age is there, once it starts aging, it will become harder and harder. So you can preserve this forever, and that is what Hoyasalas have learned after seeing these temples of the particularly of the Nagara styles, that they are not long lasting. Though we have got couple of them, but at that time that was an impression that they have to make something which is more strong. So that's why they developed their own style. And fortunately, they had a lot of hard granite and the soft stone available around them. So they have made best use of it. Now, Hindu temple began as the simple shrines housing a deity that where we have seen it in Aiholi, Pattadakal, that how the development taken place from a cave to the rock cut to the stand alone to the gigantic construction to the decorative sculptures. All this development we can see in Pattadakal. That's why Pattadakal, Aiholi and Badami, these were called as the schools of architecture in temple technology. They were the laboratories and they have invented a lot of new things. We have got videos on that. You must visit our site to get them. Now, Hoyasala temples were not limited to any specific Indian style, that is the traditional style. They have mixed, but their base was their own architecture and their base was decoration and the strength. So that was the best part of them. Then encouraged pilgrims have given them different ideas. They had wars with the Chalukyas and Cholas. So from them also they have got certain ideas. And lastly, though they lost to Vijayanagar, Vijayanagar has also contributed for development of their temple architecture. Where we see it is in Belur, which is the structure developed by Vijayanagara is the Gopuram. So that was after they lost to the Vijayanagar. But in spite of that, they were kind enough to take their tradition ahead. Now, though most of the temples earlier were dedicated to Shivas, here we see that lot of Hoyasala temples are also dedicated to Vishnu in addition to Shiva, and that is of the Venugopala, that is the Sri Krishna. Also they have got lot of temples. So we are going to see, we will be seeing it in our series. So it's an excellent combination of Shaivism and Vaishnavism. And of course, not to forget Shaktism, they have got sun temples even at Haibedu. So that's the most appreciable part of them, that how they have combined the culture and how they have developed the architecture. But basically, most of the temple are devoted to, or dominant feature in the temple is that is devoted to Lord Vishnu. And lot of Vishnu avatars and braveries of Vishnus are carved by the sculptures. Now, the most of the temples have a secular plan, that is the broader theme of the architecture, that is the Hoysala type of architecture. Can be seen in famous Channakeshwara, of course, in Belur, dedicated to Vishnu, and also Hoysaleshwara, which is dedicated to Shiva. Name of the Shiva is also Hoysaleshwar. So these are the combinations what we are seeing, and that is the best part of it. All the Shaivism are simple temples, and that of the Vaishnavism are highly decorated, ornated. So that difference also we can see in the temples. But both architecture are the piece of art. Generally, Vaishnava temples are dedicated to Keshava or Channa Keshava. Channa means handsome. Keshava means Vishnu. So handsome Vishnu is Channa Keshava. While a small number of are dedicated to Lakshmi Narayana. Lakshmi Narayana is Vishnu and his consort. And Lakshmi Narasimha. Narasimha is one of the reincarnation of Lord Vishnu. He has taken a form of Narasimha. Nara is human, man, and Simha means a lion or tiger. So he has taken a form of combination of these two to kill a demon called Hiranyakashipu. Now different avatars are decorated. All these avatars we can see in Belur over the Makara Toranas. They are nicely carved. nicely seen. So also we'll see it on the walls which are covering the temple. In addition to that, they have got different deities also which are carved. They have got temples also of the deities which will be shown by us in subsequent slides. Now, Shiva temple has got a Shivalinga as symbolization, and also it has got Nandi. If there is Nandi, it has to be Shiva Mandir. Then Hoyasala is again a name of a Shiva, or he can be called as Lord Hoyasala. The temple also be named after the devotee who commissioned and constructed the temple. The temple being the Basaveshwara temple at Korevarala, named after devotee Basi. So Koravingala temple was also named by devotee. Some temples are named by the god, some by the devotee. And Koravingala temple was named by a devotee called Buki. The most striking sculpture decoration are horizontal rows of moldings with detailed reliefs and intricately carved images of gods, goddesses and their attendants on the temple wall. You will find them on the panels also. So that is all speciality in nutshell, in introduction about the Hoysalas. Then Sala Bhanjika is a common form of Hoysala sculpture and is an old Indian tradition. Sala is the tree, and Sala was also a name of the Hoysala founder. And Bhanjika is the chest men. The Hoysala items, Madanikas, figure are decorated objectives put at an angle on the outer wall, or you can see them as the panels which are angled and kept on the outer wall, so that worshippers circumambulatory path. What is that circumambulatory path? Is Pradakshana Patha, or circumambulation is the process by which we take a circle around the temple. So that can be done, and while we are doing it, we can see the sculptures over the wall. So that's why they are from the outer wall. The Stambha Bhutikas are pillars images that show traces of Chola art with a Chalukyan touch. So again we are seeing they are combined features. Some of the artists working for the Hoysalas may have been also from the Cholas, or may have been from the Western Chalukyas. Chalukya division, which was existing at this time, was a Western Chalukyas. Then the images of Mohini is another master art. We have extensive video covered just on this one sculpture, that is Mohini, that is on the one of the pillars of the Mandapa, that is the closed hall of the Chennakeshwara temple, and is one of the best sculpture, and that is example of Chola art. So all combinations we are finding here, all different techniques are taken from different people. Now, general life themes are also there. They are portrayed on the walls of the panel, which are outside. Many of them are seen today, many of them are ruined. Then the depiction of dancers, musicians, instrument players are also shown in the row. Then animals such as lions, elephants are also there, or sometimes you will find the combination of crocodile and elephant. Also they are there carved. Now Yayal is also an animal, imaginary, which you will find in some of the temples, but mostly they are seen more with the Vijayanagaras and a few, very less, in Hoysalas. Then there are the panels of the Mahabharata epics. Then they are very efficiently carved by the Haibedu or by the Hoysalas. They are best in Haibedu. Then certain erotic panels are there, but they are not on the main feature. They are somewhere at the corner, and they are not many, but we have covered this in our some other video, that they are there, exotic carvings are there, but they are few and at some corner. Then what are the other things there? In addition to that, what we are seeing are the epics of Ramayana, epics of Mahabharata. Then we have seen all avatars of Vishnu's, also a common man, dancing, music playing, all that thing we can see on sculptures and panels. Apart from these sculptures, then and epics, we can also find some interesting animals here, but they are on the lower row. Most of the lower row animals are in the form of elephant. Why elephant? One thing, it is a sign of prosperity, and second, it is a prosperity and strength. So that is a Gajapatti is a lowermost portion. Then most of them are you will find on the circumambulatory path, and when you see certain details, you will get just amazed or shocked how much detail they are given in certain things. Like if you can see a Govardhan Parvata, you can not only see the trees, you can not only see the cows, but you can see on that a hunter also aiming at something. So that much are the details. Or if you see Ravana lifting the Kailasa, then you will find all sorts of things on that Kailas Parvat. What are there are shown on the carvings is a just beauty. Then depiction of mythology, such as hero Arjuna shooting a fish to get a Draupadi Swayamvara, then elephant-headed god Ganesha, then sun god Surya, that is Shaktism, then weather god Indra, and Brahma, Saraswati are also seen. Though, as usual, or in most of the cases, the sculptures of Brahma are extremely less. They are only seen in Balur and Haibedu. But in small temples outside, they are not as much common. And even in this temple, they are less as compared to the other carvings. The frequently seen temples are Durga, then she shone with the weapon. Then killing a buffalo domain. Actually, the buffalo was a demon, and he takes the form of buffalo. But she realizes, goddess realizes, she comes on the lion and kills him. So that you can see here. Then you can see Harihara, that is the combination of Vaishnavism and Shaivism. That both you can see here. So beautifully carved, so many things are there. This is an introductory lecture, so I just taken the reference of it. But once you'll go into our detail, you'll find a lot of videos, lot of picture, lot of videos on that. Then a cuboid cell or the Garbhagriha, that is sanctum sanctorum, houses a centrally placed murti or the god, that is enriched icon on a pitha. Pitha is a pedestal or the place where a deity is seated. Now the shikharas, that is the superstructure, you can call it shikharas or vimanas as per the styles, but they are over this superstructure over this. It rises over the Garbhagriha. So how you know Garbhagriha is from the shikhara. Now you can call this vimana if it is South Indian, or if you can call it as the shikhara if it is North Indian. North Indian can be multiple, and there are different types, styles developed, and that we had discussed in some other topic. It is too extensive topic and we have covered it. Do visit our website for all these things. Then there you will find either Amalaka or Kalasha, depending on the styles they have developed. The best part of Hoyasala, you will find all these things developed by them, all of them used by them, and all of them are developed from basics into aesthetically beautiful and long lasting. Now many temples can be approached via entrance with a gigantic gopuram. Now gopuram is a ornated entrance door. The highest or largest gopuram you will find is in Balur. And who constructed it? Not the Hoyasalas, but Vijayanagara, after defeating Hoyasalas, they constructed it. That's a glorious part of them. Definitely a good thing they have done. Then we have got a Prakaram, that is the temple courtyard, with several minor shrines. but they are also equally beautifully decorated, and you will find them equally given importance as that of the main temple. So that is the all beauties we are discussing about this architecture. So Vimanas are either stellate, semi-stellate, or orthogonal in plan and intricately carved. Then banded plains, a distinct characteristic of the Hoyasala temple, are the raised Jagati stellate platform and a banded plains. These all makes them unique. Now another are the addition to that are the a series of horizontal courses that runs rectangular strips with a narrow recesses between them are also the temporal part and sometimes built on the raised platform of the Jagati, and that is used for the purpose of pradakshana, that is the circumambulatory path. To study details architecture of the period, you will have to consider examples of Bellur and Haibidu, which together contain some of the finest surviving example of that area. Recognizing it, they have awarded as the UNESCO. Now see, this is the entrance of the Bellur temple. Look at the Makara Toranas. You'll find Vishnu avatars there. How nicely they have decorated, how intricately it is decorated, and you can see a emblem of the Hoyasala, that is a boy killing a tiger. Look at this. The boy is looking at a tiger. So some people believe a story behind it, that how it become, that is the boy killing the tiger after the orders from his guru, just with the help of one stick. And then Guru realizes that this is a boy who has got a future, and he then become the founder of Hoyasalas. Look at how intricately they are carved, how much efforts they are taken for each and every minute detail. It's so wonderful. We got many photographs, many videos covering all these details. Now certain temples gives you a raw material which they were preparing. Now look at this. They have got a raw material which was to be used, or second possibility is which your temples are ruined, they have got it from them. They are kept to the side of the temple. These are from the Bellur. Now sculptures, yes, there's stellate designs. Now this is a Venu Gopala temple from Belavadi. Again Belavadi temple, Venu Gopala temple. This is another art of this thing. Now here you will see a Famsara type, that is a combination of mainly a style which comes from the Maharashtra or Dakhan, which they have adapted here to construct a temple. And here you will see, look at the Vimana, how it is. There are temples like this which are constructed on the natural platforms. Then there are different museums which you should visit. The museum you should visit, especially if you are iconology study, then to study this iconology, this whichever material they are kept, is they are found in this area and they have preserved it so that one can study them. They are fairly in good shape. Some of them are damaged, I don't deny, but most of them are in good shape. Look at this, how beautifully look at these carvings, look at the details they have given. Just now you have seen one Jali, that is in the stone. Now it is a total invention of Chalukyas who started it from their temples at Aihole, and then it subsequently spread to all temples, because most of the time inside portion of the temple was without ventilation, without window. But after they invented this, we started getting temples with a grill, and the grill is in the stone, and they were invented by Indians. Yes, because these are the evidences right from the 1000. So around 1200 years back we had it. So definitely our own. It is not migrated from anywhere else. It is indigenously Indian. Now these are different sculptures. We are going to see it in temple. But this museum, why I am showing you this from the museum? You can separately see in them. Ceilings beauty. Now if you see 10 ceilings, they will have 10 beautiful things. A separate video is totally devoted on the ceiling designs of the temple. And you will get a look at this ceiling design. Can you believe? Or can you say how it looks like? That is the ceiling design. And second iconology is what you are seeing is the Shiva and Parvati. Why? Because of vehicle, that is Nandi. So if you see Nandi vehicle, that means has to be Shiva and Parvati. Look at this. Now I am showing you two figures. One thing is the ceiling and second is the aircraft. Can you find any similarity? Just have a closer look. And you will start imagining from where they got this design. Personally, I had no answer for that, but it just looks similar. I liked it, so I projected in that way, that both look similar. This is a Bhairava form, a furious form of Shiva, but there are temples of it also. Belvadi, again, you can see how nicely it is carved. Now there are certain designing facts. Now look at this. This is a ground design of the. If you see Gopuram means has to be from Belloor because Haibiddu doesn't have Gopuram. So this Gopur is a huge, is an entrance, and you can see the temple designing. This will give you an idea how a Hoyasala style has been developed. The hallmark of Hoyasala architecture is its intricately detailed and ornamented carvings. These carvings adorn almost every surface of the temple, depicting scenes from Hindu mythology, deities, then celestial beings. Now this I am particularly referring to two things. One thing you will see a lot of architecture which looks like a missile. We have described it when we will be described. At many places we are seeing people wearing structure like a helmet. Or at many places we are seeing that whether they had some art by which the Aryans were visiting at this area, they were thought of them or they have got certain ideas borrowed from them. The sculpture on the feature form various incarnations of Lord Vishnu. Then for Shiva, it is sometimes a solo or with Shiva Parvati, with Nandi, what we have just now seen. These all sculptures can be there. Then Makara Torna is another gloriousity or speciality of it. It leads to decoration of temple, and just now we have seen one of the Makar Torna that was of Belloor, showing you different avatars of Vishnu, but how nicely they are carved, how beautifully they are carved, and how much trouble they take. Now even if you go to Haibiddu, you go to Belloor, everywhere this Makar Torna will be seen and it is well ornated. Mandapa, just now we had seen how it is, but it is their speciality. We are recollecting it, so has to be here in the recollection that mandapas, then their ornation, then sometime we have got a Nandi Mandapam also, which where you see it in Haibiddu. Then the pillars, the mandapas of the Hoyasala temple have circular pillars. Each pillar bear 4, that is brackets at the top where the sculptures are mounted. Then Sila, that is Vimana or Shikhara, both are the synonymous but of different style. The characteristic feature of Vimana in Hoyasala temple is that they were plain inside, while outside they were profusely elaborated or carved. The shrines, the Hoyasala temple generally bear one of or more of the shrines. The temple are classified as the Ekakuta, single shrine, Dvikuta, 2 shrines, Trikuta, 3 shrines, and so on and so forth. But majority of time you can see them here. They adapted it and they have developed temples accordingly. Then development of Kalasha Kalasha is the topmost portion of Vimana or Shikhara you can call. Then usually it contains Ganga water. It's a pot, contains holy water, and it is a style migrated from North India. Then Shalabhanjika is the peculiar feature of Hoyasala sculpture. The origin of the mythical woman figure traces back its origin from some earlier sculptures. Then Salabhanjika and Madanika is a mythological woman figures which we have got here. Then there are profusely portraited engaging artistic activities like musician, dancers, social programs. These sculpture figures are seen in each brackets that are placed on the top of the pillars of the Hoyasala temple. Beside this, each of the Makaratorna is heavily sculptured with figures of Salabhanjikas. So this is a typical features we are recollecting after seeing it initially descriptive manner, then we have seen the figures, and now we are enlisting them. Then Kirti Mukha, the figure of Kirti Mukha honors the Vimana of some of the Hoyasala temples. Then mythological presentation. No other dynasty has been able to present Hindu mythology in the sculpted form as that of the Hoyasalas. The picture from the Ramayana, Mahabharata and Puranas are so vigorously decorated on each wall of Hoyasala temple that the entrance of the Makara Torana, various scenes are subsequently depicted from Hindu mythology in a clockwise direction. Then what are the general decorations? Beside mythical presentation, the walls of the Hoyasala temples are decorated with live panels of musicians, dancers. There are animals. Animals are in the form of elephants, horses. You'll find birds like Hansa is there. Then you'll find imaginary animals like a combination of crocodile and elephant also. So these are carved outside. Yale are more in the Vijayanagaras, but occasionally here, a few occasions I have seen them. The shrines of the temple are generally seen in the stellate form, though they are of the different size, shape, and they harbor different temple, whether it is Ekakuta, Dvikota or Trikota. Erotic carvings are there, but they are not in much in number. They are less in number and they are in some corner. This was a brief review or brief idea of the Hoyasala architecture. We have extensively covered each and every aspect of it in different videos. There are different of hours showing thousands of photographs. So you must visit our website for all these details so that you can get the view of these temples. Why they are one of the World Heritage Site, we must appreciate, we must know, and we should be proud of our ancestrals. What was their technology with them, how much devotion they had in the work, and we should be proud of our art, culture and heritage. With that, I am coming to the end of this lecture. I am thankful for giving me your valuable time. Goodbye, good luck. I'll see you in next video very shortly. Goodbye, good luck and take care.